Hello students, Instructor Pamela here. I would like to give you an overview on coding and insurance and how the two rely on each other when it comes to how facilities set up their contracts with the insurance carrier and how they reimburse for particular services and procedures. For example, you might be a certified coder with AAPC with your CPC, or with OEHME or AHIMA with your CCS. Either way, those are two great coding certifications to have. And when you go to your jobs, as you move along through your career, you're going to notice how you might be coding the same specialty but for different facilities, and notice that there are different requirements for your modifiers, or for even a particular procedure or service, or even the ICD-9 code. And we ask ourselves, why does this happen? Well, it's because the insurance companies accept certain things and they don't. And most students ask why, and it's because usually the programs may or may not recognize those particular codes. So the key is that you will know this information because the facility that you're working for is going to provide you this information, because the whole objective is to submit a clean claim. And the clean claim means that it has correct demographic information of the patient, which is the top half of the claim, and that all of the information for the facility as well as the charges that are inputted is correct as well. They pass all of the edits. The services are medically necessary because it matches the diagnoses. So it's very imperative to understand that the insurance carriers programs accept or don't accept particular codes, modifiers, certain services and procedures, ICD-9 codes, even HCPCS codes, your CPT codes. And again, all of this information will be communicated to you when you get to your jobs. Even if you are performing billing tasks, if you are the biller, you will also have this information of what would be submitted, and you may have submitted it a different way at your old facility. But again, the insurance companies rule the roost right now when it comes to insurances, and as far as the codes and what they accept and don't accept. It's okay, don't get nervous. Again, this information will be communicated to you when you move through your healthcare career as a professional. Now, when it comes to learning all of this in school, remember, sometimes you may get different coding questions that they only are asking for the CPT code, or you may get a question where they're asking for the ICD-9 code or what particular modifier. But no, that's just for learning activities only, and they're having you focus on a specific area within the coding question. So I always tell my students, no matter what, when it comes to billing and coding, always know for your CMS 1500 claim forms for outpatient coding, you always need your diagnoses codes from the ICD-9 code, which basically explains what the disease is, such as pneumonia or diabetes or congestion heart failure. That will be your diagnoses disease, and you always need that for every single claim that you submit from here on out. And for the outpatient services, you need your CPT codes and any HCPCS codes if applicable. That's for your CMS 1500 claim form for outpatient services. Now, for your inpatient billing and coding, it is done on your UB04. And again, you always need an ICD-9 code or ICD-10 code or whatever we transition to. Either way, you need an ICD-9 code for the disease and diagnoses. Again, congestion heart failure, diabetes, pneumonia, that's your diagnosis. And if there is a procedure performed during the inpatient stay, it must match your diagnoses, the admitting diagnosis. Again, not all inpatient admissions have surgeries. So again, the ICD-9 codes are always needed for inpatient and outpatient coding. So you can make a mental note that you will always add an ICD-9 code, or always use an ICD-9 code or an ICD code from the book for the diagnosis and a disease. And this is asked and communicated with your insurance carriers, and they tell you if they accept it or don't, and your job is to submit the next best code. As always, Instructor Pamela here. Thanks for listening. Journey well, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.